Greetings, my doe brothers and my doe sisters. Welcome back to the Jetson Fleet, where today I'm going to tell you how to get all of your towers using this deck. The Jetson Fleet is where you get videos every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, and some others sprinkled in between to keep it extra spicy. Y'all know me. I'm Jerry the Tree Wiz. Let me tell you a little story. If you like stuff like this, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. We're going for it, baby. All right, so here's the story. I'm trying to get my For Science skin, and I realized I have 24 hours to get 120 towers. I had like 30 of each, so I needed 60 towers of each tower. We're not going to do the math, but what you do need to know is I had 24 hours to destroy 120 towers, built this deck out of necessity, and I've got some hot tips for you guys. Let me jump into this replay, and I'll give you these tips. This deck enabled me to beat a ton of top 100 players, and even when I went up against Lamb to Win and Elmas Noob, I was still able to take some towers. So when you're needing towers, this is a great way to just get in there and get the towers. The first tip is you want to go for the Rage Tower first and hopefully prevent him from using it. You're trying to get to your Piranhas and your Shutdown. I don't have Shutdown, so I'm still going for Rage Tower with Piranhas. It's just the way I've been doing things. But I'm still going to try to get Shutdown before he uses his Rage, which ends up working. So I end up using a big Magic Missiles down there, which is irrelevant because the next thing we're going to try to do is make sure that we get our Piranhas on the tower before the Shutdown. I know that sounds reversed. You'd think you'd want to do Shutdown and Piranhas, but you'll watch when I get to my Piranhas, I play the Piranhas, they start coming down, and just before the box opens, that's when you play the Shutdown. You're going to maximize your time. The next tip is, if you're not able to get back there with the Piranhas before the Shutdown ends, you teleport in, which is actually what I would just do. And then what usually ends up happening, this is another big tip, is the Shutdown is going to end, and then he's going to use his Rage, which then you teleport away, and then you send him back with your end of the teleport. The Ice Mine is for cycling, but it ends up being so valuable. You really are just trying to get as many Piranhas and Shutdowns as possible. And then here's a huge tip. You use the second half of Jetpack to take out the tower, because you play Piranhas, you play Shutdown, you Rage yourself, you go on the towers, and then you either teleport out or you use Jetpack to get out. And usually if you use Jetpack, the towers oftentimes at enough damage where just a few missiles and the rear entry from the Jetpack is enough to take the tower down. I have gotten into such a flow state with this deck that it's starting to kind of feel easy to win with, and I'm loving it. So the missiles are in the deck for tower damage, because sometimes when you're trying to take a tower, let's face it, there's nothing better than to have Magic Missiles. So if you're going to lose the match and you just need to get that tower damage, you can just shred them with the Magic Missiles. Another tip I want to talk about is your goal is to use both your towers as soon as possible. So I go in, Piranhas before Shutdown, hit the Shutdown, use my Rage, and then I also want to stick around to take damage, so that I'm able to use my heal tower early on. Now, he teleported me back, but ideally, I want to try to use both my towers early. Why use towers early? Because then you get more uses out of each tower, and your commander gets to be really active. The commander is a big part of this deck. So, as soon as I go back to my Piranhas, I'm going to do the same thing where I put the Piranhas, and you don't see the cycles right here. I can play the Piranhas without the Shutdown even in my deck. So let's see if I do that right here. Yep, Piranhas, then the Shutdown. And then I'm able to teleport out, but I still even haven't had to use my... I still haven't had to use my Rage, my heal tower, my bad. Now the tower is at enough health where I could just hit it with the Jetpack once, so I can leave. The Jetpack is phenomenal. I use it for a lot of reasons. The Jetpack isn't just in there for rear entry, for things like the tower and the Mad Scientists, and just little squishies that you can just smash with rear entry. The Jetpack almost kind of fits a role of like a Discombobulate Array or a Troop Trap for those cards like Barbarix and Killbot that become such a pain for the commander. The Jetpack is very useful to get just enough time, and I don't recommend staying in the air the whole game. I use rear entry a lot. Rear entry is a very, very, very powerful artifact, and I love it. Piranha Shutdown is deadly. Couple it with missiles, and you're taking towers. It's extremely easy, so you've got most of these tips. Let me jump into a live match. Let's just do it, baby. Here we go. In. Oh, baby, here we go. Jumping in live. Let's do it. Let's see the power. The power of the towers. All right, this guy's number 235, so I may not be able to beat him. I play some tough people a lot, but we're going to get these towers. So we're going right in. We've got our Shutdown. We don't have anything to cycle. So let's just go ahead and get in the air and use our Rage on this. you know what? I just have such a habit of using my rage, and I like using my towers early. You get more uses out of your towers. Now I'll just bring it down. Why not? Boom. That's a lot of damage. Let's get out of here. And let's use our towers early. So our towers are already gone. We're on the ground. Let's get a buck down. All right. So I'm going to play this to cycle through. Let's just go ahead and get an airstrike. A big money airstrike right here. That was glorious. All right. So we play the piranhas before the shutdown. Oh, and I got to get back here to get this buck. But you see the power of that teleport right there. My piranhas are going to take down the tower for me. This is great. We're good. And I can bail now because I can easily take that out with missiles or just the back half of my rear entry. So let me go ahead and put a buck down. We're going to cycle another mine. Ooh. Ooh. All right. So we're good. We're going to cycle a teleportal. And we're going to go ahead and take this tower. We don't need to spend 4 to take that tower. Let's just do it with 2 missiles. So let's get in the air because we're fine. Let's go ahead and come in with a rear entry. Drop this down. Oh, yeah. You see the power of this right here, guys. I use rear entry for mobility as well because I'm able to get where I need to want to go. All right, so I'm just standing here to help these piranhas. He doesn't do, Riot Pete doesn't do much damage. All right, now I'm out. I'm going to play this buck, and I'm going to use 3 missiles to take this tower. 1, 2, 3. Boom. That was perfect. This is going great. He's about to get frozen, and I'm going to go behind him, and I'm going to shred him. You see the power, y'all. You can see the power. And we're already back to cycle to what we need because we don't have to have the shutdown in our hand. Put it down. Place the shutdown. This is great. This is great. Cycle the snowflake. Oh, yeah, baby. All right, let's bail. Let's heal. And we're going to do another big airstrike here because he's got nothing to stop it. This is a sad day for this man. Now, I could also just do rear entry to knock a bunch of these fools out. Let's go take out the mad scientist. And then, if we get a buck, we're already ready back because we just need 4 dough. You can actually do it when you're at 3, hot tip. So when you're at 3 dough, you can go ahead and drop the piranhas and the shutdown because the shutdown will be ready by the time you have 4. You know what I'm saying. All right, this guy's just going for my tower. I need to rage. What am I doing? Let me take to the skies. What are you going to do about that? Man, you see where the jetpack is so handy. All the things that make the commander weak that you need discombobulator ray or troop trap for, you can just handle like this. Now let's smash down. Boy, this worked out well for us for this video. Oh, no, it didn't. We're about to die. We're about to lose because we ain't paying attention. Oh, scriggly. Let me teleport. Let me teleport him away. Let me put some bombs on him. I still have 11 seconds. I got to survive. Oh, this is spicy. But let me tell you what I'm talking about. We use jetpack for mobility. Actually, let's just take them out. Spicy slam. Oh. Oh! Oh, time ran out. Okay, cool. That was a good coaching session. You see what I'm saying? The power of this deck is really good for taking towers. Maybe I'll go, maybe I'll stream a little later and do, or tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a stream tomorrow and do this deck live. We can have some fun, jump into some matches. I miss you guys. I miss the chat room. I love each and every one of you guys. Thanks for being here from the bottom of my heart to the top of my head and everything in between. All of me. I love each and every one of you guys. Thanks for being here at Jets and Fleet Gaming. Until the next time we meet, peace.
To the Batmobile.